Welcome to the Verify Pipeline Execution 15.7 kickoff. My name is Jheimbuck, Product Manager for the Pipeline Execution Group here at GitLab. As a reminder, this group is responsible for the GitLab CI, pipelines, pipeline processing, as well as the category of merge trains. I'm joined today by the Pipeline Execution Product Designer, Vitika. You'll find a link to the 15.7 kickoff page for GitLab with links to these items and the Verify stage direction page with discussion of our future work and other groups within Verify in the comments below the video. You can always reach me at jheimbuck@gitlab.com or by tagging me in a comment on any of the GitLab pipeline execution issues in the GitLab project. So I'm going to start. I'm already sharing our pipeline or our planning issue, as I always do. And our theme for the milestone is the securing the CI job token by default. So I'm going to talk through the goals real quick. As always, meeting our reliability issue SLOs, those are all verified P1s. A bunch of those are confidential. We do have a number of those, again, this milestone that the team is working through as we burn down that backlog. So that is definitely taking some time. We're also taking into account there is a hackathon happening right at the beginning of this milestone. And so to account for time the team is spending reviewing MRs from the broader community or the wider community, we're taking a little bit of less capacity. And as we're rolling into the holiday season in North America and Europe and around the world, really trying to account for that, making sure that our teammates can have time to recharge and spend time with their friends, families, loved ones throughout the next couple of milestones. So you're going to see a little bit of a reduced capacity, just talking through that. So our goals within the 15.7 milestone, the first is to meet our service level objectives. I already talked about that one. Second goal is to ship the next iteration of the CI job token. We talked about this a little bit in the last milestone. We did not get the interface for the inbound CI job token wrapped up, so we're targeting that to ship in 15.7. That will enable us to make this the default setting. So secure CI job token or limited CI job token by default for all new projects in anticipation of making that the only option in 16.0. We're going to be deprecating the unsecure or unlimited version of the CI job token in the 16.0 release. We'll have a deprecation notice up for that shortly. And then the last goal I want to talk about is a project that we've been working on for a few milestones now, and that's the CI partitioning. So we have a small group of engineers who are working to break down the largest tables in the CI database for greater resiliency and performance as the platform continues to scale with more and more users running more and more pipelines. So I'm showing here the documentation that talks about our design, the problem we're trying to solve, and our approach to it. And we are currently in phase 1 of breaking down those largest tables. And so we have a goal to break down the biggest table as part of the next milestone to start to create new partitions of that. And I'll link to this docs page so you can follow along with our progress here as we continue forward over the next 5 to 6 milestones. It's a big project for sure. And then lastly, I want to talk about another project that our front-end engineering team is working on, and that's refactoring our scheduled pipelines page to use Vue and GraphQL instead of we used before Haml and Rails. So the team is creating some new endpoints for that and refactoring the various parts of the page. That is going to make it faster in the future for us to develop new features, new functionality that really enhance the view of the scheduled pipelines and be able to administer them a lot easier. We definitely have a good backlog of problems to solve when it comes to scheduled pipelines. And this groundwork is going to enable us to do those faster and easier. And so with that, I'll hand it over to Vitika to talk about some of the upcoming usability improvements that the team is exploring for later this year.
Thanks, James. And I'm really excited that we would finally have the CI job token inbound workflow in place, and also like the progress that we are making with CI partitioning, because that would be, so impactful for our performance.
Yeah.
Coming to the UX priorities for this milestone, I would have really limited capacity, so the list is also smaller. So there's just fewer number of items, and the first one is conducting a validation research for job filters. So a few milestones back, we had shipped this new filter for the jobs list view page, and we want to speak with some users now and understand how they have been using it so far and what is it that they wanted to like what workflows they wanted to make this a part of, and how that's working out and how that is not working out, what we can do to improve this, like what we can do to improve the filters, if there's any canned queries that we can add to the list, or any other way we can make it more efficient. So stay tuned for that. Some of you might be like hearing from our recruitment team for this like set of interviews. Moving on to the next one, which is implement empty state when no schedules are found. So as James had mentioned, that there's a lot of refactoring work that's going on. And just to align with that and ensure that while we are working on refactoring, we are also making some like quick polish to our interface. We would be putting in place a more explanatory and like easy to work with empty state for the scheduled pipeline, so that if you have never used the feature, you would know exactly what that's going to help you with and how you can get started, and also answering a few questions you might have as the first layer of inhibition while adopting this feature. Lastly, how we are thinking about referring to objects from within the pages in the GitLab platform, that it should be easier to refer to different objects. By objects, I mean pipelines, jobs, merge requests, artifacts, and so on. And the first step that I want to take towards that direction in pipeline execution team is to make sure that we have a good icon for a pipeline. So if pipelines have to be referred from the runners page, from the artifacts page, or from any other location on GitLab, it should be like we should have this one identifying icon for pipelines. And that's what we are working at. We already have a good design in place. It's just a matter of adding that to our SVG library. It's really tiny. And I'm very sorry for that it's not like very visible. And that is all. Those are the 3 things on my list. Back
Thanks,
to you, James.
Vidya. Yeah, I'm excited about, all the things, right? The CI job token work, especially getting that more secure method for users. And the partitioning work is super important as we continue to scale the platform. But excited about the job filters. It's having that status. I think it's filter by status of a job has been useful for me, especially trying to figure out which jobs are stuck in my various pipelines, especially come release post time. So I'm really excited about the work that we're doing. We're so excited about the 15.7 milestone that's coming up. If you have any questions about these issues or want to leave a comment, you can always tag me at jheimbuck_GL in the issues, or you can email me jheimbuck@gitlab.com. Thanks.